Hi, I'm back. We have let the set coat that I applied to the stencil with the stencil brush dry. Now I'm going on into the next building layer of depth and colors. You can see I've got gloves back on because I know this is going to get messy. So what I want to do is create some more drifts of pearly kind of colors over this, putting this in the background so when I put another layer of stencil over it, it acts like a shadow in the background. What I've done is taken Set Coat Clear. Sorry for the dribble on the label, but I'm a slob. What Set Coat Clear is, it's literally what it says. It's like it's a clear version of Set Coat. And what that does is it allows me to tint a clearer medium that I can apply like paint and have still the same high bonding properties as Set Coat. Sorry, I'm a little tired, not used to being in front of the camera right now. I've been off and away from it for a little while, so I'm stuttering. What this does is allow me to put a clear coat of Set Coat, high bonding properties, translucent, dries to the eggshell finish, and creates a surface that I can again paint over, as opposed to using a clear top coat with all the pigments mixed into it, which then becomes shiny. And the idea behind a top coat is to resist stuff, to resist spills, damage, everything else. So that makes it harder to get another layer applied to it, whereas Set Coat is meant to be painted over. So I've taken Set Coat into little dishes, Set Coat Clear into 2 little dishes, and in this one I have mixed pearl and red russet mica powders. Now this one is one that Sepp no longer makes. This is mica powder Magna Pearl silver, so it's going to be a silvery pearl. These are both made by Sepp. Leaf Faux Effects also has a terrific couple of mica powders. They have gold, Mica Glow Gold, Mica Glow Pearl, Mica Glow Silver, Mica Glow highlight blue, and I think there's a highlight red and maybe a highlight orange. I'm not sure. I don't remember off the top of my head, but the colors that I had on hand and knew I wanted to use were these, the Magna Pearl Silver and the red russet metallic powders from Sepp. So the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to take my beater chip brush, clean, and I'm going to dip it into this mix. Now, because I've mixed mica powder into a lot of liquid, there might be powder pigment chunks in it, and that's okay because I'll work them out as I blend them. So I'm going to take this and work it in drifts across here. Now this is not real pretty the way I'm applying it, I know. How do I know where to apply it? Well, part of it is I kind of have the vision in my head what I want it to look like. Sometimes the vision comes out, sometimes it doesn't. And I kind of know how much I want to cover. I'm going to take a little of the pink and go into this. Pink is not going to show up as much. It's just going to add a little bit of a pink highlight to things. And then I'm taking another brush. I can't use a Badger on this. Badger brushes are not made for acrylic paints like this. They get gummed up. And I don't want to use a Neon Leon, a larger stippler, to stipple it out because it gives me too much spreading of it. I'm taking a smaller brush and kind of blending it around a little bit, pouncing it. And this is going to dry very transparent, so it's not going to have this kind of this look that you're seeing now. You're going to see a lot less. It's going to make much more of a highlight going in and out of here. I just want to get the thick spots knocked down. And then I'm going to let it dry. Probably going to let it dry overnight to see how opaque it dries and if I want to add more to it. I can always add more. It's hard to take it off, therefore I go with the on the side of caution the first pass. Like I said, I can always make more or put on more. That's part of this. Now as you're watching me, you're seeing this is a pretty complex piece of furniture. Well, not all the pieces I do like this, but I'm fortunate to have a client who lets me to do what I want to do, and she's really excited to have me just kind of play with it and see what's happening. And in that, you get the benefit of me showing you how different products and different layers get built onto something. Sorry, my voice keeps going out. I've had laryngitis. Let's see how this dries. I don't know. Will I be back in these clothes next time? Will it be tomorrow and I'll be wearing something else? Who knows? Stay tuned. The cloud drifts have dried that I have placed on here. They're a little rough looking, but by the end you won't see that coarseness. I have now placed a stencil on the side, and I will do that on the doors, etc. as well, and created a mixture from a product called Galaxy Stone, a Faux Effects product. Galaxy Stone. This is the tint base, which means it has no color to it. And if I used it by itself, it would dry basically translucent with a shimmer. Dries super hard, very durable, really neat new product that Faux Effects has come out with. But I also added some of the special additional glitter that you can add to it called Galaxy Glitter in clear. And then to make sure it has a little opacity, even though I don't want it overwhelming, I added some faux cream color in metallic pearl. Now this has acrylics in it, so it can be used on its own, but it also works with all Faux Effects products. I have my mix here in my roller pan, ever so glorious looking, in my roller loaded up. And all I'm going to do is, after I've made sure that I have my adhesive sprayed stencil is tapped down to the surface, and again, the adhesive doesn't stop bleeding, it stops the stencil from shifting around so that bleeding is less likely to happen. I'm going to offload some of the product because if you load the roller too heavily, it will bleed. And roll over the surface. And let's see. And what this will do is leave sort of a ghost impression of these flowers. Now I can see one spot that I've got to bleed. I will take a Q-tip and clean that up. Fortunately, again, this is a translucent product, so I'm not going to have a whole lot of problem with bleeds. And if they do show, it's not really going to be a big deal. You're not going to see it that much. I'll take this down. And there you go. And I don't know if you can see this, so I'm going to move the camera so that you can see the pattern a little better. And now right here, there's a big bleed, and I'll clean that up with a Q-tip. And there you go, and I'll clean this one up here. Okay, so we'll get